Today I'm going to be trying out this laser level. It's like a pocket size, and I bought it for my signs because whenever I go to put the vinyl and print on, I always have trouble getting an even straight line and not very confident. So there's probably two parts to this video. One is trying to figure this out and how I'm going to use it on my signs. The second will be actually using it on a sign and making up a sign for you. Hi, it's Danny here from Our Humble Home DIY, and I bought this from Bunnings the other day. It was $39 something, say $40. I thought it was good value because if it does what it says it will do and what I think it will do, then it's worth its weight in gold, really, because I have a lot of trouble. Well, I make sure things are straight before I sell them, but it just takes me ages and stresses me out so much. But it's a tiny little thing. It looks like a camera, actually, and that was a little tag you just pull out. Batteries included. I think it's AA batteries it takes. This is a little pin, so it has 2 pins on each corner, and that will hold the little piece in place on your gyprock. It has to be gyprock, it can't be anything harder because it won't go in. The problem with that though is it does make little holes, so I probably won't be using that. I don't want to put little holes all over the gyprock. I'm just trying it out on the wall and it's fine. You can see it's got like a bubble level thingy, and so it can go horizontally or it can go vertically, and if you are doing it vertically, like up this way, you have to twist around the black circle around the level and it will adjust the bubble. See, it's adjusted the bubble there. I twirled it around so you can get a straight line. So you can get a straight line vertically and horizontally on the wall. I did buy mine though for my signs, and normally I lay my sign down flat on the table. So I will lay it down and then I'll place my print on and the vinyl and it will stick on. The thing with this is though, when I lay it down flat like this, you don't get any level, so the bubble level doesn't work. It only works when it's up on a horizontal surface, like up on the wall. Well, I can't figure out anyway how it does, and I can't see that it does. And while it is sort of straight, I sort of got it to go straight in places because I was lining up the edge of it with the table and the fabric. It wasn't consistent, and it wasn't consistently getting it straight. And I thought, well, there's no point in this. I need to know exactly that it's going to be straight. So I thought the only way I can really do it from now on, if I'm going to place my vinyl cutouts on the sign, is place the fabric on the wall and do it that way, so it's sitting on the wall, if that makes sense, and the laser line is coming through that way, and I can use the bubble level. Otherwise there's just no point. I'd still be guessing. So the first thing I did, I'm just trying this out, and I thought I'd just have a bit of a experiment. I'll just pin up a piece of fabric on the wall and just try to get it straight, see how it goes. Main thing is, the first step is making sure that the fabric's straight. So I did put the laser level and I pinned the fabric in line with that, and then I'm just using it to place this cutout vinyl on there. I didn't press it into the wall with the pins. I'm just holding it, which is fine as long as the bubble level is in the middle and that's all level, then that's all good. And that worked out really well. It actually was really level, and that made it easy. I checked just to be doubly sure, and that was actually perfect. It was exactly the same distance from the top. But you can see here, when holding it, I have to get the bubble in the middle, and I know that when the bubble's in the middle there, it's going to be straight. So the second part of the video is, I thought I had to make up some signs, so I thought I'd make up this one and show you. I have it in Cricut. There was a lot to it before I even get to this point, designing it, exporting it from Canva, transparent, putting it into Cricut, then getting all the proportions right. I've done all of that, so now I'm just cutting it out on my Cricut machine and weeding it. I really do need a new mat. It still sticks on, but I do have to hold it down with masking tape in the corners and down at the bottom and some of the sides as well. I just pop a little piece at the side, you can see there, just so it doesn't move. I'm going to weed it now. It's all been cut. I had a look at the when in the camera when I had recorded it. So this took me about 14 minutes to weed out, and I do take my time because it's quite hard to see in places where to weed, especially the inner bits. And I use that little lamp. Bunnings Workshop gave it to me, and I use that, and that, you know, you can see a little bit better that way. But it does take a little bit of time, but I really enjoy it. I actually love weeding. So I thought I would just go over the fabric with the heat press, sort of use it like an iron to get out the wrinkles, because the fabric I use is 100% cotton. It's a lovely fabric, good quality. It being 100% cotton though, it does wrinkle up a lot, and even when I iron it, it's sort of hard to get the wrinkles out. You can though, I guess you could steam it, and that the important thing is once the print has gone on, not to iron directly over that. But the reason I am ironing it, it's probably twofold, is because when I do eventually go to steam press it on, you don't want any creases in it because that can affect the vinyl. Also though, I found with this particular level, it is fine on a flat wall, like you will see the laser line come across. There I'm just pushing in the little pins to hold it in, and it holds it in place really well. Yeah, so on a straight wall it's fine, but when I have the fabric and you're seeing the laser line come across the fabric, it is a little bit inconsistent. Any little creases or irregularities in the fabric will sort of stop the line from showing up, and therefore that's why I ironed it so it's as flat as it can be. It still affects it though. You sort of see here the line is a little bit broken, and in places you can't see it, but it's all good. What I have done since I've been doing them, and it's been really good, I really love this little thing, I do attach it to the wall with masking tape, and make sure it's all level and attach it to the wall with masking tape. It's just so I've got two hands that I can stick the vinyl down with, and it just makes it a little bit easier. As I go along though, you can I do hold it and make sure that the bubble is actually in the middle and that the line is straight, and you can sort of move it along if the laser line isn't showing up. You can see where the line sits just to make sure that the print is sitting there too, and then I just check. I can't help myself. I just got to double check and make sure it's all good. Now the cursive writing, depending what it is, this is really hard to get straight, because if you have a look at the letters, none of them are on an even line. Like all of the letters are in different spots, different levels, and so you can't really use a laser line for that because nothing is going to be even or match up. So I just sort of go by my eye, with my eye, and make sure it's straight. And it doesn't even matter if it's not completely straight, these sort of cursive words, because they're meant to be a little bit haphazard anyway, I think. But I think that looks good. I'm happy with that. And I stick it on then with masking tape just to make sure it stays in place. So this is probably the first video I've done after my video telling you about what I'm doing, and this little business has been going so well. I've made a Facebook page for it, and I've done countless. Actually, I haven't. I should add them up, shouldn't I? I should count them and see how many I've done. I've done so many lovely ladies, and it's not just baby showers I've done. It's for weddings, it's for engagements, it's for hens and nights, it's for very first birthday parties, all sorts of different events. People wanting custom signage, that's the most popular, I think, them wanting their names and the dates, all sort of personal details on them, and it's just been so fun. I've just been having so much fun with it, sort of getting it down now to a fine art, and I just love it. I love it so much. And so the next step is just ironing it on. This is getting close to the finish now. If I know it's all straight, there's no problem. This HTV vinyl, it takes 15 seconds at 150 degrees Celsius, and it's a warm peel, but I find the warmer the peel and the hotter it is, actually, the better it peels off itself, and that's pretty good. So I'm just a bit careful now because I did have a bit of a mistake once. So what I do, if I have words close to each other, I'll peel it back so I don't iron over
sort of
it.
Overlapped
the plastic. I had to cut it out because I printed it really weirdly, and what I did then was put this one on top of plastic that was down there, and when I came to peel it off, it has done this, and I'm thinking I've wasted it. What I'm trying to do though, what I did was print out another B, so all I'm going to do now is just, I had to go and edit it again, make sure it was exactly the same size. So what I'm going to do is just place it over here, make sure it fits perfect. Hopefully it does. And then I'll iron that on. It should be all good. Yeah, we'll just see. I don't know, it might work. Another thing I thought of doing was just cutting the top off and doing that, but it might be better to actually put the whole thing on. Yeah, hopefully it'll all melt in together and it won't be noticed. Fingers crossed. So it all worked out in the end. That was perfect. You can't notice any difference there, and I managed to salvage it, which was a real surprise. I thought I'd wrecked it, but no, it was all good. So that's something, you're learning things all the time, and I'm just very mindful now not to go over any other words when the carrier sheet is there. I sort of fold back the carrier sheet so it's not near the iron. I find different coloured vinyls too. Different black is really easy to iron on. I have no problems with that. It will iron on really well. This colour here, this burgundy, I had a problem with a few times, and I find that you can't keep it down for 15 seconds. It does something to it. It seems a lot softer somehow, and I had to go over the bow and I had to go over the word shower in the same way I did with that B before, but it was fine. So if you do make a mistake like that, or the vinyl doesn't go on properly, that's something you can try to do. The only thing is you have to make sure that you've saved your words and they're exactly the same size when you print them out, so it matches and it will go over the original iron-on completely. It will be exactly the same size. So after I iron it on, I always just hang it up on the stand just to make sure everything's okay and it is straight. This is really straight, as you can see. Looks really good and I'm really happy, and I just know this little laser level thingy will come in so handy for the future. And pretty much the last step here is using the lint roller to just get off any little dust particles or any little bits of fluff and that sort of thing. And when I first did it, I thought, oh yeah, I'll just do it, just to be safe. But it's amazing what you get off here, or the dust, and well, not dust, but little particles of things, little bits of fluff and that sort of stuff. And so I'm glad I do it, because I can be happy knowing that the sign is nice and clean, and it will reach people without any paraphernalia stuck to it. So packing it up is always fun. It's very satisfying. I love this bit. I love everything about it, like folding it up, putting in the packet, putting all the bits and bobs into it. I have to add the ribbon to it, because people can have their choice of ribbon color as well. Normally it's a blue or a pink, or if it's not that, it's something neutral. And so I always know if they know what the gender is by the color of the ribbon. And yeah, I do that. I use my thermal printer also, because I put information on the front. I put their names and how much it's cost, what they've ordered. I also put a scanning code to my YouTube channel, and I also print out just their design, so I know exactly, just by looking at the front of the package, exactly what they've got, and just to be sure that it's the right pack as well. I hope you enjoyed this video today. I really enjoy doing these signs, as you probably have guessed, and hopefully it will keep going, and I'll keep getting orders from it. But this seems too good to be true, actually, but we'll just see how it goes. I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you so much for watching this video. And actually, if you are wanting to order something, I'll put a link to my Facebook page, signed Facebook page, in the description, and I can always just post it out to you. That's my little Bluetooth printer that comes in handy. Well, I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you all in next week's video, and until then, stay safe. Bye for now.